going on? This is Jeremy Williams, aka Big Sack, and the number of domestic violence cases and incidents uh, that's steady been going on is really heartbreaking, and it's alarming. Um, as a kid, I watched a guy, a boyfriend of my mom's, try to beat her up, and I helped defend her from this guy. Um, so I never condone domestic violence. Uh, I believe you have to remove yourself from those situations. Seek help. Um, use better judgment. Use better emotional intelligence. Control your emotions and remove yourself from these situations because it's not worth it. Um, Somebody's gonna lose, and it's usually both parties. Somebody is dead or somebody goes to jail, and both of those parties lose. Families, you know, kids suffer. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I would like for y'all to try to remove yourself, seek help. You know, because domestic violence is never a good thing. Never.
Domestic violence has seemed to be on the rise, taking a lot of innocent lives. They've been abused physically, abused mentally. They also been abused uh, financially and verbally.
Yo, what's happening with it? It's your boy K. Let's represent Ruder Republic. Shout out to Air It Out Pac Man and everybody in Best 13. Yeah, man, domestic violence, that shit ain't cool, man. You know what I'm saying? What I try to promote at Ruder Republic is togetherness. You know what I'm saying? We stand together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And my thoughts on that is respect, man. You want to try to respect each other and love on each other. And if that's not the energy, I highly suggest that you move around. You know what I'm saying? If they ain't dishing out love and respect, man, stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the best protection to help anybody in any situation.
Yeah, this your boy Big Red, man, Bo's representative. I just want to get on here and speak about the domestic violence, you know what I'm talking about? Um, that goes for both sides, female, male. If you sense that it's going to be violent or it's getting violent, you got to leave. You got to find a way to separate yourself from that. Because, a lot of mental health issues come along with that. If anything that you feel is not right, you gotta go. And if you stay and it continues to happen, you gotta hold yourself accountable if anything happens. You know what I mean? Domestic violence is real, you know. We lost some babies, lay babies, you know, to domestic violence. The best way to curb it is to start looking at yourself and your situation. If you know some mental health issues going on, you need to address it. That's my take.
Hey y'all, it's Alexis Chanel, and let's talk about domestic abuse. About 134 women or girls are killed on an everyday basis due to domestic violence, while 24 of those girls are either stalked, harassed, or sexually assaulted. Although those numbers I quoted to you are worldwide, we have so much domestic abuse violence that's going on right here in Shreveport, Louisiana. As a domestic abuse survivor who myself, along with my children, were almost taken from the world, I didn't have the knowledge and the outreach that I have now with doing my studying and investigation through the things that Shreveport has to offer. Right here in Shreveport, Louisiana, we have a program called Project Celebration located at 3004 Ninth Street in Shreveport. They help with filing restraining orders. They help with sheltering you if something happens and you just can't go back to your residence due to domestic abuse. We have all the resources that we need here, especially if you need immediate help. Call 911. Reach out to somebody. You don't have to suffer in silence alone. You have people like myself. the advocacy centers that can help you. If you need direct assistance or you need somebody to walk you through the process, contact me. As a whole, we can do this. Stay rooted.
I'm here to speak on domestic violence. Domestic violence don't just have to be a woman. Men can be a victim as well. My brother was a victim of domestic violence. And my mom used to tell him all the time, Tony, you need to stop. That girl gonna be the death of you. One day, they got into an altercation because he wanted to leave. She didn't want him to leave. On his way out the door, she reached and got a steak knife and poked him in his chest. He was not a woman, he was a man. So my thing is, if they don't want you, let them go. You don't have to be made to be loved. There's someone out there for everybody. And if you don't want them, let them go. If they don't want you, let them go. That's painful for both sides of the family because we all lost someone. We lost a brother. My niece and nephew lost a father. So let's just pray. And if you're having trouble, like my pastor always say, read 91 Psalms. He reads it every morning. I'm going to start reading as well. 91 Psalms, Psalms 121, and 23rd Psalms. We need prayer back into this city.
It's your boy Pac Man, the hood Voicebox. Know what I'm talking about. Let's have a real hood classroom session. And when I say hood classroom, I don't mean we're dumbing it down. I mean we making it plain. Because some of the smartest people in the world never learned how to love healthy. Some people can count money. Some people can run businesses. Some people can quote scripture. Some people can debate politics. Some people can survive the streets. Some people can read everybody else. But when it comes to love, communication, trauma, jealousy, rejection, insecurity, they are still emotionally in kindergarten. And that is how a relationship turns into a crime scene. That is how a home turns into a war zone. That is how love turns into fear. And that is how a victim becomes an offender. That is how somebody who was hurt starts hurting somebody else. So tonight, we're not just talking about domestic violence after it happens. We're talking about the signs before it happens. We're talking about the thoughts before it happens. We're talking about the emotions before it happens. We're talking about the childhood wounds before it happens. We're talking about the manipulation before it happens. We're talking about the jealousy before it happens. We're talking about the power and control before it happens. Because if we only talk about domestic violence when somebody gets hit, we're already too late. That is like only talking about fire safety after the house burns down. No, we need to smell the smoke. We need to see the sparks. We need to know when the room is getting too hot. We need to know when love is turning into control. We need to know when pain is turning into punishment. We need to know when trauma is turning into driving the car. And we need to know when to get out of the car before it crashes. Class rule number 1, abuse is not always loud. Most people in domestic violence starts when somebody getting hit. That is why so many people miss it, because often abuse starts quiet. It starts with who you texting, why you liking their picture, You changed since you got around them. You don't need to go over there. Your family don't really care about you. You always making me mad. You know how I get. I only act like this because I love you. If you leave me, I'm gonna hurt myself. If you leave me, I'm gonna hurt you. If I can't have you, nobody can. That right there, that's not love. That is not passion. That is not romance. That is not they just care about me. That is control. Wearing perfume or cologne. The National Domestic Violence Hotline says most abusive relationships share one feature. The abusive partner tries to gain control over the other partner, and warning signs can show up in different ways at different times. So, the first lesson is this: stop only looking for bruises, start looking for patterns. Bruises show what happened to the body, patterns show what is happening to the soul. Classroom number 2: love does not need a warden. This part makes it memorable. Let's play a game called Love or Lockdown. Because some people are not in a relationship, they are in emotional prison with matching outfits. Question 1: your partner wants to know where you are every second of the day. Is that love or lockdown?
Lockdown.
Your partner gets mad every time you spend time with your family or friends. Is that love or lockdown?
Lockdown.
Your partner says, I trust you. I just don't trust them. But somehow it's you the one that keeps losing freedom. Is that love or lockdown?
Lockdown.
Your partner makes you feel guilty for having boundaries. Do you think that's love or lockdown?
Guilty for having boundaries? Yeah. Lockdown.
Your partner says they love you, but you feel scared to be honest with them. Love or lockdown?
Yeah, that's lockdown.
That's
not
here's
love.
the lesson. A healthy relationship may have boundaries, but it does not have bars. A person can love you without monitoring you. A person can care about you without controlling you. A person can be hurt without manipulating you. A person can be insecure without interrogating you. A person can disagree with you without destroying you. The hotline's power and control wheel explains that abuse often includes subtle, continued behaviors over time, not only physical and sexual violence. These tactics can include intimidation, emotional abuse, isolation, minimizing, blaming, economic abuse, coercion, and threats. Class rule number 3: trauma explains, but it does not excuse. This is where you balance compassion and accountability. Now, let's be mature. A lot of people doing damage are damaged. That is real. Some people learn love from broken people. Some people learn communication from arguments. Some people learn protection from control. Some people learned attention from chaos. Some people learn apology without change. Some people learn that if you cry after doing wrong, that means you are forgiven. Some people learn manipulation because nobody ever taught them vulnerability. Some people learn violence because that was the language in the house. But listen to me clearly. Your trauma may explain why you react that way. It does not give you permission to hurt people. You do not get to say, my daddy left, so I control women. My mama hurt me, so I mistreat men. I was cheated on before, so now I check phones. I was abandoned before, so now I threaten people when they leave.
They say that?
I don't know. I grew up around violence, so now everybody has to accept my temper.
People say that?
No, you saying that's what they say, or that's what the
No,
action that they doing actually?
no. So it's like this.
No, because
No, listen.
how you got
Hold,
it typed
hold.
out, baby. That's what I'm
Listen.
saying.
I'm finna explain it to you. People that were abandoned before, right?
Yeah.
It's a feeling they don't want to feel again. So when people want to leave, they will lash out and they will threaten or get aggressive because they don't want that person to leave.
They don't want that person to leave.
Yeah, they don't want to be abandoned again.
Oh no,
You
see,
get it?
you can't say that because most abandoned people would rather leave. And I'm asking you, how would you know that? You got to think about it, baby, because I was one of them. I don't threaten people to leave. I don't threaten people to leave or whatever the case may be. I know,
Well,
but I'm just
you are
saying,
only one
coming from
person.
my standpoint. But I'm just saying, how you figure that? But I ain't never
You,
heard nobody say that though. That's crazy.
you're only
That's
one.
probably why it stuck out to me.
You're only one person.
I know it's a lot of people out here that think different. So I was just saying,
Yeah.
I
So
wasn't too quiet. Oh, shoot.
yeah.
I'm gonna shout out.
So yeah, that is a trauma response. People who
Oh, what I
were
just did?
no,
Are you talking about that?
yeah, I'm talking about
Oh, I'm about to say, hey, what the hell?
when people uh are afraid to lose somebody or something like that. Threatening them, that's just one type of reaction that they may have. They may do other things, but
You're
that,
just giving scenarios, like
yeah,
examples.
yeah, they may do other things like manipulation, whatever the case. Yeah, that's what we're saying.
A real hood classroom session. Why you call it real hood?
Some people say I grew up around violence, so now everyone accept my temper. No, your pain is real, but so is your responsibility. I don't know how to say it. SAMHSA's trauma-informed approach emphasizes safety, trust, collaboration, empowerment, recovery, and reducing coercion and violence in systems that serve people dealing with trauma and mental health challenges. So in hood classroom language, healing is not just about crying about what happened to you. Healing is making sure you do not become what happened to you. Victims can become offenders if they stay in survival mode. Now, this part is sensitive, but we have to tell the truth. A person can start out as a victim and end up catching a charge. A person can be emotionally abused for years, humiliated for years, threatened for years, cheated on, lied on, controlled, isolated, provoked, manipulated, and mentally broken down. And then one day they snap. Now the police show up, and the person who has finally exploded is the one going to jail. That does not mean violence is okay, but it does mean we have to understand how survival mode works. Sometimes the victims become reactive. Sometimes the victims start yelling back, then threatening back, then hitting back, then stalking back, then destroying property, then trying to control the controller, then trying to manipulate the manipulator. And now the victim is becoming the very thing that they were trying to survive. That's why this lesson is don't let somebody's abuse turn you into an abuser. Don't let somebody's disrespect make you catch a case. Don't let somebody's manipulation make you lose your mind. Don't let somebody's cheating make you violent. Do not let somebody's control make you controlling. Do not let somebody's darkness recruit you. If you feel yourself changing into a person that you do not respect, that is a warning sign. If you keep saying they make me act like this, that is a warning sign. If you are recording every argument, checking every phone, following every move, screaming every night, blocking doors, grabbing keys, throwing things, threatening people, or saying things like, I don't care what happens anymore. What's that?
I said, oh.
The relationship has become dangerous for both of you. The U.S. Office of Disease Prevention and Health Promotion warns that controlling or violent relationships may get worse over time and encourages people to trust their feelings, learn warning signs, and seek help early. When a relationship keeps pulling you out of character, eventually it may pull you into court. See, jealousy is not proof of love. Let's talk about jealousy. Jealousy is one of the biggest tricks in toxic relationships because people confuse it with love. Somebody blowing your phone up is not love. Somebody popping up on you is not always love. Somebody questioning every outfit, that's not always love. Somebody getting mad because you smiled at somebody is not always love. Sometimes that is insecurity looking for a badge. And insecurity becomes dangerous when it starts making rules. There is a difference between I feel insecure, can we talk, and you better not wear that. There's a difference between I need reassurance and give me your password.
So you would say there's a difference in the way you say, like your tone. See, say for instance, somebody, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So you do say that. That's what you're saying, right?
No, that's not what I'm saying right here.
I was sure accent, but that was
hold on,
close
but
to
hold
it though.
no. What you're saying has credence. Yes, you how you say something is very important. Ask your question one more time. I might have got high. Ask, you said that
I
it's
heard
not
you.
what you said, it's how you said
Yeah,
it.
it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Because you was reading something.
In a way, I'm gonna say it like that. In a way, yeah.
Mhm.
In a way,
But
but
you saying how you
but
say
it's
your tone.
but yeah. But that's like one portion. So like with this one here, say when they say give me your password, there's a difference between I need reassurance and give me your password. So that is saying like the difference. It's a difference in saying like so this make me feel this way, and you providing the answers that I need to no to feel reassured, to feel comfortable, right? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Your cheeks out
To
here, I just got up.
to feel comfortable and saying, give me your password. You see what I'm saying? So now one is
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
no. It's not that. They're totally that's totally different concept. So what you're saying is like when you say it's not what you say how you say it. It's like me saying, "Oh, baby, it will really make me feel better if you change those clothes." Versus, bitch, you better not wear that outside. That's the difference between what you say and how you say it, right? This is saying like
What
it's
you
a
need to say,
difference in
like
it's a difference in how I what the acts is different versus so it's like I'm asking you to give me the answers I need versus me telling you give me your password to your phone. One is
transparency.
one
That's kind of what it is.
well one leaves you with your autonomy. The other one is control.
Well, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. You was talking about controlling. Yeah. Okay. We gotta stop smoking because I ain't gonna have a minute.
You guys start smoking because shit, I'm still on my point.
That's funny. I'm still on point. And anytime I run another one.
Yeah, roll another one. Okay. Let's get to the next example.
Okay.
I was hurt before and you're going to pay for what my ex did. That's not healing. That is trauma with a remote control. So the teaching point is your insecurity is your responsibility. Your partner can support your healing, but they cannot live in a cage until you feel safe. Manipulation is communication with a mask on. This will be one of the strongest parts. Now let's talk about manipulation. Because in the hood, a lot of people do not call it manipulation. They call it game. They call it knowing how to talk. They call it getting your way. They call it standing on business. But sometimes what people call game is really emotional fraud. Manipulation sounds like you made me do this. If you really loved me, you would. After all I did for you, nobody else is going to love you like me. You know I only act like that because of you. You too sensitive. You crazy. You remember it wrong. You always playing victim. You want me to be the bad person so bad. I guess I'm just terrible then. The last one is slick because instead of taking accountability, they collapse into shame. So you have to comfort them. Now you were the one hurt. But somehow you end up apologizing. That is manipulation. Teaching point. Accountability says, I hurt you and I need to change. Manipulation says, I hurt you, but now you need to feel sorry for me. The body knows before the brain admits it. This gives people something practical. Sometimes your body knows you are in danger before your mind is ready to admit it. Your chest gets tight when they call. Your stomach drops when you hear their car. You start rehearsing your words before you speak. You delete innocent messages because you do not want an argument. You stop wearing certain things. You stop going certain places. You stop telling the truth because honesty becomes too expensive. You start feeling peace only when they are not around. This is not normal relationship stress.
You have peace when they're not around. You need to.
This is your nervous system saying, this person does not feel safe. The hotline says safety planning is important and offers confidential support 24/7 for people trying to understand abuse and create a path to safety.
I told you that, man.
Safety planning should be personalized because survivors are the experts on their own situation and may need help from an advocate. Let's translate. If you have to shrink yourself to keep the peace, then that is not peace. That's captivity.
Yeah.
Offenders have warning signs too. This is where I'm going to teach you how to not to become an offender. Now let's flip the mirror because everybody wants to spot an abuser, but very people want us to ask, am I becoming dangerous? This is grown folks' work. So here are warning signs that you may be becoming the offender. You feel entitled to know everything your partner does. You punish people with silence, threats, or humiliation. You use your size, voice, money, status, reputation to intimidate. You block doors during arguments. You grab keys, phones, arms, clothes, and or property. You punch walls, throw things, and break stuff near them. You threaten to expose them. You threaten to hurt yourself if they leave. You keep saying, I just blacked out. You feel proud when they are scared. You confuse fear with respect. You apologize but do not change. You blame your behavior on their tone. You say they know how I am. No, that sentence right there is dangerous. They know how I am is not accountability. That is a warning label. If you know how you are, then you know what you need to fix. The CDC says intimate partner violence risk is shaped by factors at individual, relationship, community, and societal levels, not one single cause. That means people have to look at personal behavior, relationship patterns, community norms, stressors, and the environments that keep violence normal. If everybody has to walk on eggshells around you, you are not strong. You are unsafe. The children are not just in the other room. Let's stop saying the kids were in the other room. No, The kids were in the classroom. They were learning. They were learning what love sounds like. They were learning what anger looks like. They were learning what anger looks like. They were learning what a man does when he feels disrespected. They were learning what a woman tolerates when she feels trapped. They were learning how apologies work. They were learning if fear is normal. They were learning if yelling is communication. They were learning if violence is family business. A child who watches abuse is not just witnessing an argument. That child is being trained by the environment. And some of them grow up and repeat it. Some grow up and accept it. Some grow up and fear love. Some grow up and confuse chaos with chemistry. Some grow up and become the rescuer. Some grow up and become the controller. Some grow up and become the person who does not know peace when peace finally shows up. SAMHSA notes that traumatic stress can affect children who experience or witness threatening events, and trauma-informed care emphasizes safety, trust, empowerment, and recovery. Your relationship may be your business, but your child's nervous system is everybody's future. Just leave is not a safety plan. This protects you from sounding simplistic. People love to say, just leave. That sounds good from the outside, but leaving can be complicated. Where is the person going? Do they have money? Do they have children? Do they have transportation? Does the abuser know where their mother lives? Do they have access to weapons? Are they being tracked by phone? Are they being threatened? Are they scared of losing custody? Are they scared nobody will believe them? Are they emotionally attached? Are they financially dependent? Are they afraid the person will hurt themselves? Are they afraid the person will hurt them? So instead of just saying leave, we need to say, let's make a plan. Who can you call? Where can you go? What documents do you need? Do you have medication? Do you have clothes for the kids? Can you turn off location sharing? Do you need a password? Do you need a code word? Do you need police standby? Do you need an advocate? Do you need protective order help? The hotline and safety planning resources emphasize that plans should be tailored to the survivor situation and often work best with support from trained advocates. Leaving is not just a decision. Leaving is a strategy. This is how you make it feel alive. Your partner does not want you going out because they say they do not trust the world. Is that love or lockdown?
They don't trust the world. You don't trust the world? That's lockdown.
That might sound like protective.
Oh, no, because you don't know. Like, you know how that man when it, no, I'm not even saying, but you know how people go do crazy stuff. You never know. You could be shopping in the mall one day. Somebody come in with an AK-47, shoot everybody. And it'll be fucked up. It could be love because you don't know what people gonna do. Like, people out here crazy. Ain't no telling. You can be somewhere and get shot by somebody the next day. It's so evil. Or somebody don't like you, they gonna end up following your ass home, come get your ass. You never know.
Okay, so
it could be a form of love because they saying they're out of grace, but that's lockdown too at the same time.
It's not,
that's not control love. A little bit.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah.
That ain't love.
But I can see a point of view of what they saying. Like, no, it's not. I ain't saying it's love, but I'm seeing where they coming from. Sometimes love do be tough love, but no.
Yeah, but that ain't it.
That's like having strict parents at a young age. That's like having strict parents.
Yeah, but you're a grown adult that needs your own autonomy.
What are we talking about? We're not talking about me.
No, I'm not you.
You're talking about you.
But I'm saying, I'm talking about relationships. So we're saying any grown woman that's not a little child. So you can't. Our man You can't say
Well,
that you
yeah,
don't trust
you're right.
the world. You see
You're
what I'm
right.
saying?
But even as a grown adult, people still like tight with their mom like that. Like they still their mother still protect them like that. Some people still stay with their mama.
That
This
ain't got.
big ass
This is
age, they
about
can't.
relationships, woman.
Oh, but at the same time, like I don't know what people
This
like.
about
Okay, well,
relationships.
okay, so no, that is lockdown. But go ahead. I had to explain it though, because you
That
couldn't see it double sided. Like you couldn't see, but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
so look, y'all. That might sound
Mhm.
protective, but protection gives you support. Control takes your freedom. Red flag or real concern. They ask you, who are you texting after you have been acting distant? That could be a real concern depending on tone and pattern. Then they demand your password, go through your phone, and threaten to leave if you say no. That's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
You're stating that that's a red flag.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Concern acts, control demands.
I agree with you, boo. But I'm glad you say I agree with you. Coming from a man point stand view, like I agree with you. Like I'm glad you think like that. Cause that is kind of, cause some people do be controlling like that. They'll try to get your password, go through your little phone, go through everybody.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Right.
That's a good one.
Trauma talking or truth talking. You say everybody leaves me, so I know you will too. That is trauma talking. You say I feel afraid of being abandoned and I need to work on that without controlling you. That's truth talking. Teaching point. Trauma accuses. Healing communicates. Victim, survivor are becoming the offender. You were cheated on. So now you check every phone, pop up everywhere, threaten the new person and say you were forced to act like that. That is how hurt can turn into harm. Teaching point. Being hurt does not give you a license to harm. The exit strategy board. You teach safety planning without telling people to make reckless moves. Who knows where you are? Who can you call at 2 a.m.? Do you have documents? Can they track your phone? Do they know your passwords? Do you have children involved? Is there a weapon in the house? Do you have somewhere safe that they do not know about? Teaching point. Do not announce an exit plan, an escape plan to somebody who benefits from keeping you trapped. So, Shreveport, class in session. And don't get nervous when I say class. This ain't school where somebody talks over your head for an hour and everybody just pretends to listen. This is the hood classroom. This means we're going to make it plain. We're going to make it real. We are going to make it where your mama can understand it, your cousin can understand it, your homeboy can understand it, your daughter can understand it. And that one toxic person who thinks every post is about them can understand it
That's
too.
a good one. Think maybe.
I
like that one. Yeah.
Tonight, we're talking about domestic violence. I don't know, because hold on, we talking about domestic violence. And I don't know. I know we don't people in a relationship. And you sitting here talking about ding, ding, ding.
We done been in past relationships and we sitting up here advocating for this.
Okay.
So this has nothing to do with me. So
okay, I just had to make sure for the people.
That would have been a separate video. There would have been so much more to say.
Yeah.
There would have been so much more to say. Not domestic violence. We would have been talking about everything.
Not
everything. Not everything.
We talk about other people.
Talking about no. We're not putting our business out there. Like I'm literally talking about everything. Like when we sit out there, we talking about everything. Not us, but because I ain't putting my business on.
Nah, you ain't just getting on that Jada Pinkett Smith me.
I wouldn't do that. Like hell no. I wouldn't do that.
You better Jada Pinkett Smith me.
I wouldn't do that.
Tonight we're talking about domestic violence. But we are not just talking about hitting, because that's where people mess up. They think domestic violence starts when somebody put hands on somebody. No. Sometimes the hands are the last part. Sometimes it started with control. Sometimes it started with jealousy. Sometimes it started with humiliation. Sometimes it started with isolation. Sometimes it starts with manipulation. Sometimes it started with somebody making you scared to tell the truth. Sometimes it started with somebody saying, "You know how I get." Let's pause right there, class. When somebody says, "You know how I get," what are they really saying? They are saying, "I am warning you that I might lose control, and I am
Oh,
making you responsible for managing me." That is not love. That is not
mm-mm.
communication.
That's
That
not.
that is emotional terrorism with a soft voice. Because once somebody makes you responsible for their self control, you are no longer in a relationship. You are managing a hostage situation.
Right.
And sometimes the hostage is you. So tonight, we are going to learn the signs. We are going to learn how not to become a victim. We're going to learn how to not become an offender. And we're going to learn to how a victim can become an offender if they stay too long in survival mode without support, safety, healing, and a plan. Because we got to tell the whole truth. Some people were victims first.
Mm-hmm.
They were lied to, cheated on, threatened, controlled, humiliated, provoked, played with,
Isolate.
isolated, broken down. Then one day they snap. Now the police show up, and the person who finally exploded and it's the one in the handcuffs, and everybody is confused because they only saw the final scene. They didn't see the whole movie. But let me be clear, that does not make violence okay. That does not make revenge okay. That does not make threats okay. That does not make destroying property okay. That does not make stalking okay. That does not make pulling up okay. That does not make I blacked out okay. It means we need to understand the full cycle so we can interrupt it before somebody gets hurt, arrested,
Yeah.
killed, or traumatized for life.
Right.
Because the goal is not to win the argument. The goal is to survive the relationship without becoming damaged beyond recognition. Now, let's start with lesson one. Abuse is not always loud. Some abuse whispers, some abuse smiles in public, some abuse buys gifts after disrespect, some abuse posts cute pictures, some abuse say, "I just love hard." Some abuse say, "I only act crazy
Post
because
cute
I
pictures.
care."
Some abuse post cute picture. What you mean, bro?
Yeah, but did you have a question about the cute pictures?
Yeah, he was like some abuse posted pictures. What you mean abuse? Like, say for instance, if they have those traits, like they'll post cute pictures, they just post their cute picture, or
So a relationship may be going through stressors at the time.
stresses. What are stress? Argument.
Um, they are like, let's say something happened to where their trust just isn't the best for each other or
Trauma.
something. Yeah, you can say that in
Yeah.
a way. Trauma. And the man or the woman knows that if they post these quote unquote cute pictures, they're going to get a lot of attention from the opposite
Oh yeah,
sex.
they be posting pictures. Do men like? Do y'all really get you? Do you get mad at me posting pictures? Like just posting pictures? Do you think I do that?
Like males posting pictures,
Mhm. Like you say, do you think that's a form of
depending on
abuse or saying like
depending on time picture.
what kind of picture?
Correct.
Okay. Like meaning what? Like what I got on or something? That's pretty much everybody that's in a relationship. They may not go want them outside with no crazy and shit. But right. I don't even go outside and say it's okay.
So let's stop romanticizing dysfunction. Crazy is not cute when somebody is scared. Jealousy is not love when somebody is trapped. Control is not protection when somebody loses freedom. And an apology is not change if the
Right.
pattern stays the same. So we're going to play a game. I need your participation. The game is called Love or Lockdown. Your partner wants to know where you are every second.
Every second.
Yep. Love or Lockdown.
Lockdown.
Your partner.
Every second is crazy.
Your
Some people had their locations on.
Your partner does not want you around your family because they say it's against the relationship. Love or Lockdown.
That's lockdown.
Your partner says, I trust you, I don't trust them. But every time they say that, you gotta lose freedom. Love or Lockdown.
Every time they say, hold on, read.
Every time they say that, you lose freedom.
Lockdown.
Your partner tell you what to wear, who to talk to. Hold on, let me stop for a second.
Sometimes.
What to wear, who to talk to, where to go, what to post, who to block, and then when to come home. Love or Lockdown.
Who to block or when to come home. That is lockdown. That's because that's trying to control. That's really not even lockdown. It's controlling. These are controlling. Go ahead.
I don't lie to you.
Lockdown is controlling.
This one here,
That one's controlling.
I put lockdown because it's lockdown, but I'm locking down on them.
But shut up. That makes
yeah, whatever. I'm locking down. I'm locking down.
No.
All right, but let's go.
Hell no. And he would too.
That ain't love. That is probation.
That is probation.
And nobody should have to date their parole officer.
Right. Nobody want to date their parole officer.
Now, let's be fair. Every relationship needs respect. Every relationship needs boundaries. Every relationship needs communication. But there is a difference between a boundary and control.
Mm-hmm.
A boundary says this is what I will or will not accept.
Exactly.
Control says this is what you are allowed to do.
This is what you about to do. You're not about to do nothing else. You about to do what I say. But yeah, that's what control.
You know, sometimes it takes me slow to process. But yeah, you're right. A boundary protects your peace. Control takes somebody else's freedom. A boundary says if this relationship keeps hurting me, I may have to leave. Control says if you leave, I'm going to make you pay. You see the difference? Right. One is self-respect and the other is domination. Now lesson 2, trauma explains, but trauma does not excuse. A lot of people come from broken homes. A lot of people never saw healthy love. A lot of people never saw a man and woman disagree without disrespect. A lot of people never learned how to say, I feel hurt. They learned how to yell. A lot of people never learned how to say, I feel abandoned. They learned how to cling. A lot of people never learned how to say, I am insecure. They learned how to control.
No one's going to say they don't like to be
what? Honest. I would say I'm insecure.
No. I'm talking about the other one.
Which
one? You know the ones upstairs. Don't go back to it. It's okay. That was just my.
Which one?
We're not going back
this
to
one?
it. Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it. This one?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll say it.
Because you just. What are you on? This ain't about me.
No, I'll say it.
Nah, it's okay. No, don't say it.
No, I ain't talking about.
Okay.
A lot of people never learn how to say I need reassurance. They learn how to interrogate. And we have to have compassion for that. But compassion does not mean permission.
Yeah.
You do not.
Excuse the motherfucker.
You do not get to hurt somebody because you were hurt.
Right.
You do not get to control somebody because you were abandoned. You do not get to humiliate somebody because you are insecure. You do not get to terrorize a home because your childhood was chaotic. At some point, healing means saying, what happened to me was not my fault, but what I do next is my responsibility. See, that's grown. That is accountability. that is maturity, because some people are not trying to heal. They are trying to make everybody else adjust to their wounds. They say, I have trust issues. Okay, but why do your trust issues need my password? They say, I've been hurt before. Okay, but why does your pain need to monitor my location? They say, I just don't want to be played. Okay, but why does your fear need to isolate me from everybody who loves me?
That's crazy,
That,
right?
that is not healing. That is trauma trying to become the boss of the
Of the
relationship.
relationship. I see you.
And
That's
trauma
some good stuff.
is a terrible leader. Trauma will have you seeing enemies where there are none. Trauma will have you punishing somebody for what your ex did.
Mm-hmm.
Trauma will have you
Good one.
treating loyalty like a courtroom where your partner has to keep on proving they're innocent. And eventually, the relationship stops being love. It becomes a trial. Every day, somebody is on the stand. Every day, somebody is being cross examined. Every day, somebody is trying to prove they did not do something that is exhausting. And exhaustion can turn into resentment. Resentment can turn into rage. Rage can turn into violence. Now, lesson 3. Manipulation is communication with a mask on. Let me say that again.
Listen.
Manipulation is communication with a mask on, because some people do not ask for what they need. They trick you into giving it. They do not say, I need attention. They start an argument. They do not say, I feel insecure. They accuse you. They do not say, I'm
I
afraid of.
believe it.
They do not say, I'm
Wholeheartedly.
afraid of losing you. They threaten you. They do not say, I feel guilty. They make you feel sorry for them. And some people are so used to manipulation that healthy communication feels weak to them. They think calm is fake. They think peace is boring. They think honesty is vulnerability. They think
And
vulnerability
that's crazy.
is weakness. So they rather play chess with your emotions than just tell the truth about theirs. Manipulation sounds like, you made me do this.
Or you did this.
No, I did not. Your emotions are real, but your reaction is your responsibility. Manipulation sounds like, if you love me, you'd let me go through your phone. No, love does not require surveillance. Manipulation sounds like, I guess I'm just a terrible person then. That is not accountability.
No.
That is emotional dodgeball.
Right.
Because now I'm supposed to stop talking about how you hurt me and start comforting you because you feel bad about being confronted? No. Accountability says, I did that. It was wrong. I understand how it hurt you. Here is what I am going to change. Manipulation says, I did that. I did that, but let's talk about your tone. Class, watch people who turn every correction into an attack. Because if you cannot correct them without them collapsing, exploding, deflecting, or punishing you, then you are not in a relationship with a partner. You are in a relationship with a defense attorney.
You know what's crazy? And that's possible. In that statement, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all gotta be able to see both ways in a relationship. Like when you're in a relationship, you need to be able to understand your person in both ways. You cannot treat their responses or anything out of text, because people say any. You get what I'm saying? Because you know how you just explained. You was like, go back up, go back up, go back up. Because I had to pause it. It's different scenarios. I want to give another example too, because you fight. That's good. I'm on here. I give a point of view. You think to what you wrote, because you wrote this. So I got to give my point too, because I don't agree with everything, but some of it is okay. Men and women have different point of views.
Okay.
But manipulation sounds like, if you love me, you will let me go through your phone. Yes, that's manipulation. Go ahead. I guess I'm just a terrible person then. ugh. It's like this emotional dodgeball. No, that's not it. That one. It say because I am not. Wait, hold on. Because I am. What is it? Because now I am supposed to stop talking about how you hurt me. Start confronting you because you feel bad about being confronted.
You don't get that?
No. I get it because I get it, but sometimes I don't think that's the gist. Most people gotta listen to understand. Baby.
So if somebody comes to you and says something and say you heard me this way, and you say, well, I guess I'm just a terrible person. Well, now
No.
that's called Darwin.
No.
Is
You got to look up to it too because a lot of situations add up. What happened that led up to that? You always got to think about it. That's why detectives do their work and they go in and they investigate
hold on.
understand why. You understand that?
Listen,
Like,
we're
think
starting
about it.
at this point.
I know.
Right here at this point.
I know. But if
You
you
hurt
started
me.
off
No,
and
no.
said you needed to talk about something, honestly, you need to talk about something, you was like, you hurt me, you did this. Your response not supposed to be on the other person. You're supposed to acknowledge it first. And then later in the conversation, you can probably get to it and talk about it. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what I try to do
I
with you
think
too.
it could happen, but I disagree. That is how it should happen.
That should happen like that. Everybody is valuable to their opinions and how they feel and subjects. If you're trying to work together to communicate better and understand, to listen to understand and not argue, you will listen to that person. Not thinking they're right in every subject, because like you can't hold people. You can't try to fix people all the time. Sometimes somebody don't need fixing. They need real like somebody. Oh no. I don't know. They just hit home. I ain't gonna lie.
So you take you're taking the conversation somewhere else.
No. But I just felt that was just a good no. I just felt like me giving my response on it because that's your I just feel like it could be
You know this ain't about you.
I know. I was just thinking about it though. I know it's not about me, but other people too. Because I be listening to my friends. I'm thinking about point of views. I talk to my friends all the time. I be listening to them. I be watching videos. Other people be talking, like all types of stuff. But I'm saying in relationships, like you can say what hurt you, right? You need to listen to understand and not argue. You don't need to come back with a confrontation and say, "Oh, you hurt me this way." That's deflecting. I mean, that's not deflecting. Well, that is deflecting, huh? I got it, baby. Yeah. So okay. So yeah, I be trying to get my words out, but go ahead.
Yeah. So when a person says things like "I'm just a terrible person," what they are doing is they're trying to do
Manipulate.
Yeah, they are trying to escape accountability by getting you to feel bad about them, as if you said their whole person is terrible when you actually just stated out one character flaw. So I'm gonna repeat this one. Accountability says, I did that. It was wrong. I understand how it hurt you. Here is what I'm going to change. Manipulation says, I did that. But let's talk about your tone. Class, watch people turn every correction into an attack, because if you cannot correct them without them collapsing, exploding, deflecting, or punishing you, then you are not in a relationship with a partner. You're in a relationship with a defense attorney. Now, lesson 4. The body knows before the brain admits it. Some people are in dangerous relationships, but they keep trying to intellectualize it. They say it is not that bad. They just had a bad day. They only do that when they drink. They only act like that when they mad.
Oh, hell no.
They really love me. They had a rough childhood. They apologized. They bought me something. They cried. But your body is telling you the truth.
To be honest, if you really love the person, I ain't gonna lie. If you really love the person and they were going through all those things and you're actually there to work with that person, then some people actually do. But if you know you're not, then you would feel like that. You would feel like your body telling you the truth, is your chest getting tight when they call. What that means, stomach drops when you hear their car.
Your body is telling you the truth. Your chest get tight when they call. Your stomach drops when you hear their car. You rehearse what you are going to say before you say it. You delete innocent text messages.
Oh, you cheat, yeah.
Because you do not want to argue. You hide normal things because honesty costs too much. You feel
Oh,
relief when they leave. You feel fear when they come home.
Relief.
You, hey, can you stop?
I'm sorry, man.
You
Them
stop
was
lying.
crazy scenario.
You stop being yourself because yourself starts too many fights. That is not love. That is your nervous system living under surveillance. Peace should not feel like somebody's absence. Let me say that again. Peace should not feel like somebody's absence. If the safest part of your day is when they're gone, your body is trying to tell you something. Lesson 5. How not to become a victim. First, stop ignoring early signs because the chemistry is strong. Chemistry is not character. Attraction is not safety. Good sex is not emotional maturity. A person being funny does not mean they are healthy. A person being popular does not mean they're peaceful. A person having money does not mean they have self-control. A person going to church does not mean they know how to love. Person saying I love you fast does not mean they know what love is. So do not ask, do I like them? Do I feel safe being honest with them? Can they hear? No. Do they respect boundaries? Do they take accountability? Do they fight fair? Do they try to isolate me? Do they make me feel small? Do they punish me when they do not get their way? Do they use my past against me? Do they make me responsible for their emotions? Do they scare me when they're angry? Because a lot of people get trapped because they interviewed chemistry instead of character. They ask, do we vibe? They do not ask, can this person handle disappointment without becoming dangerous? That is the real question. Because love is easy when everybody's getting what they want. Character shows up when somebody hears no. Lesson 6. How not to become an offender. This is where everybody needs a mirror. Because nobody wakes up and says, I want to be abusive. Most people justify it. They say, I was mad. I did not hit them. I only grabbed them. I only blocked the door. I only broke my own stuff. I only yelled. I only threatened them because I wanted them to listen. I only popped up because I needed answers. I only checked the phone because I had a feeling. I only acted like that because they pushed me. No.
Some people do stuff like that. You see, it be crap. People be meant to be crazy. Like some people be like, I don't know. Some people be meant to be like, I don't know.
That's the part.
And it's fucked up.
Those are examples.
And when you see those signs, you gotta get away. Not even get away. If you could fix that person, because it could be. I can get that about domestic violence relationships, but I'm looking at these points and what if you got a friend or a family member or somebody like that?
You need to
give them some help. Yeah. So if you see a friend or people have a lot of friends like they be hearing their traumas and everything, be trying to help them, but you can't help everybody nowadays. They shooting everybody, they killing everybody.
Man,
you gotta stay out of people's drums, stay out of enemies.
No, I don't stay out. You gotta be a villain. If you see something, you say something.
Yeah, if you see something, you say something. But my thing is, don't go out ready to go jump and fight and shoot and stab and grab and do all that kind of crazy shit that's gonna lead you into a fucking situation.
I wouldn't advise you to get fight and nobody else. I'm sorry. That is how people walk themselves into becoming dangerous, one excuse at a time. So here are signs you need help before you hurt somebody. You can't handle rejection. You can't handle being ignored. You feel entitled to access. You think loves mean ownership. You think, you get angry when your partner has independence. You use fear to get respect. You use money to control choices.
Controlling. This is really controlling.
You threaten to expose people. You threaten to hurt yourself to stop someone from leaving.
Oh.
You break things during arguments.
Yeah.
You block exits. You grab phones. You grab arms. You throw things near people. You call them out their name and then say they are too sensitive. You apologize only when there are consequences. You keep saying, they know how I am. No, that is not accountability. That is admitting you know there is a problem and still making everybody else deal with it. If you know you black out, get help. If you know you escalate, get help with it. If you know you cannot argue without threatening, get help. If you know you cannot be left without becoming dangerous, get help. If you know you use fear to feel powerful, get help. Because real strength is not making somebody afraid of you. Real strength is having power and choosing self-control. Let's talk about how victims become offenders. This is important.
How victims become offenders?
A victim can become an offender when they stop seeking
doing a trait, like seeking, like after the trait of the offender. The victim, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, first you're the victim.
I know.
Yeah.
But after watching them and saying them, like you talking about they gonna carry traits, or what you mean?
No, they become an offender. They become an abuser.
It's crazy.
A victim can become an offender when they stop seeking safety and start seeking revenge. A victim can become an offender when they say, I want them to feel how I felt. A victim can become an offender when they start stalking the stalking, controlling the controller, threatening the threatener, manipulating the manipulator, hurting the person who hurt them. And emotionally, people understand it, but legally and morally, it can destroy your life. This is the teaching point. Do not let somebody turn your pain into a criminal record. Do not let somebody's betrayal make you violent. Do not let somebody's cheating make you lose custody. Do not let somebody's manipulation make you make you catch a charge. Do not let somebody's abuse make you abusive. Leaving with your character intact is a victory. Leaving before you become unrecognizable is a victory. Getting help before you snap is a victory. Choosing safety over revenge is a victory. Because sometimes the devil does not need you to stay forever. Sometimes he needs you to stay long enough to become something you hate. The children are watching. People say, we do not fight in front of the kids, but the kids know. They know when the house is tense. They know when mama is crying. They know when daddy is angry. They know when somebody slept on the couch. They know when doors slam. They know when voices changes. They know when police come. They know when everybody pretend nothing happened the next morning. And children do not just hear words. They absorb atmosphere. So when children grow up in chaotic relationships, they may learn love is loud. Love is scary. Love means staying no matter what. Love means control. Love means apologize without change. Love means pain followed by gifts. Love means walking on eggshells. Then they grow up and either repeat the chaos or accept the chaos. And then we shocked when the cycle continues. No. The home is the first classroom.
Right.
If the home teaches violence, the street will collect the homework. Now, just leave. That's what they say. That's not a plan. Why didn't they just leave? Because just leaving is the most dangerous part. Because sometimes the abuse.
Why would it be? All you gotta do is leave. I'm sorry. See, that's why I couldn't have been in here. Like, all you gotta do is leave. Not you, boo. I'm talking about them in general. Like, if a person wanted to leave, even I ain't like, boo, if you want to leave me, I promise you I would have did. We could have been cool or anything. I could be like, what's up, hey, and all that. But anyways, I wouldn't have. I would, but I'd be tripping, but I wouldn't be tripping. You got to live your life, and I got to live my too. That's how it be. Don't you think?
Do you
For
feel,
people,
do you feel
no,
like you're
if
dangerous?
we was in that,
Do you feel like you're dangerous?
me being dangerous, No, I
So
probably
you can't
people
put yourself in
probably
this position.
look and think I'm dangerous,
You
but I'm
can't
not.
put
No,
yourself in this position then if you don't think you're
no, I'm
dangerous.
just saying. But I'm looking from other
This
like
is about a dangerous individual.
I know. But some people, you know, I don't know.
Do
I
you
don't
feel
know,
like
y'all.
you could get dangerous?
No, you and earlier in this you was just saying how some people could be mentally whatever it is. But if you see those signs early, you should have been got out. But say for instance, if those people like I'm looking from outside in. Like I mean outside in. So if you want to leave somebody that was that dangerous, y'all come from my point of view, all you have to do is leave. Like you got so many ways you can get away.
So let's learn.
If you got family,
So let's learn.
come get them. I mean, not come get them. Come get you. Come get like anybody to get get going. Like,
So let's learn. So let's
even
learn.
if you ain't got nowhere to go, just go. You gonna find somewhere.
You
Have
listen
faith.
to that advice. Oh, we can learn.
No,
Because
have faith.
sometimes leaving is the most dangerous part. Because sometimes
Yeah.
the abuser does not become most dangerous when they have control. They become most dangerous when they feel control slipping. So when we have to stop giving lazy ideas instead of saying just leave.
Oh,
Do
damn,
you have
damn.
a safety plan? Do you have your
That's what I'm
documents? Do you have somewhere to go that they do not know about? Can they track your phone? Do they have your passwords? Do they access weapons? Do you have children with you? Do you need transportation? Do you have a code word?
Have
Have
faith.
you talked to
Talk
a
to people.
trained advocate?
Get connected.
Do you need help filing a protective order? Do you need to go? Do you need someone to go with you? That is love, not judging, planning. Safety is not gossip. Safety is strategy. The community has to stop being entertained by dysfunction because let's be honest, sometimes the community feeds domestic violence. People share the drama, laugh at the couple, pick sides, tell the victim to stay, tell the offender they are just passionate, tell women to submit to danger, tell men they are weak if they walk away, tell people this is just how relationships are. No, this is how cycles survive.
And it happens so much, it's crazy.
We have to stop normalizing chaos. We have to stop calling control love. We have to stop calling humiliation jokes. We have to stop calling stalking effort. We have to stop calling jealousy passion. We have to stop calling fear respect. We have to stop calling survival being dramatic. We have to stop waiting until somebody dies to admit that the signs were there.
And that's the crazy part. Now your family gotta be.
So this is what the weekly classroom is going to be about. Not male bashing, not female bashing, not victim blaming, not abuser excusing. That it's going to be education, accountability, healing, safety, real talk, real tools, real examples, real prevention. Because Shreveport does not just need awareness. Awareness is knowing the stove is hot. Education is teaching people not to put their fucking hands on each other.
Right.
Intervention is pulling somebody back before they burn. Accountability is dealing with the person who keeps turning the fire up. Healing is teaching the next generation how not to build the same kitchen. So tonight, here is your homework. Ask yourself, do I feel safe in my relationship? Do I make my partner feel safe? Do I confuse control with love? Do I confuse jealousy with loyalty? Do I know how to hear no? Do I know how to leave without revenge? Do I know how to argue without threats? Do I know how to apologize with change behavior? Do I know when my trauma is talking? Do I know when my pain is turning me into somebody dangerous? And if the answer makes you feel uncomfortable, then that's good. That means this class is working because the goal is not to shame you. The goal is to wake you up before the call, before the charge, before the funeral. before the child becomes the next version of the pain, because love turns into fear before trauma turns into violence, and before the victims become the offender, and before the offender says, I never meant for it to go that far. That is why we are here. And this is the Hood Classroom. Class is dismissed, but this conversation is just getting started.
Oppression has architects.
8 children lost their lives yesterday. That will never become the norm in Shreveport, Louisiana.
This is not politics right now. This is about humanity.
We're desensitized to children being killed. When are we gonna wake up, y'all?
To come before us is Robert, is that Bruchhan? Bruchon. Well, I'm tearing these names up today. Sorry about that, Robert.
How y'all doing? All right. What defines a community is not the worst of us. What defines a community is how we come together, how we choose to be better, and how we prevent producing the
Mr.
worst.
Bruchon, would you state your name and address for the record, please?
Okay, I'm sorry. Robert Bruchon, 1533 Marshall Street. Okay. What defines a community is not the worst of us. What defines a community is how we come together, how we choose to be better, and how we prevent producing the worst outcomes in the first place. 8 children lost their lives yesterday. That will never become the norm in Shreveport, Louisiana. Since then, I've met with families, organizations, and community leaders, and we are not just talking, we are building a plan. And today, I want to speak on that plan. At the center of this plan is a partnership with Seedlinks, because through their structure, licensure, and reach, we're able to access schools, homes, and communities the right way and the responsible way. First, we must shift how we approach domestic violence at the beginning, not just the end. We are proposing that domestic violence intervention class becomes a part of the preliminary process, not just punishment. If those steps are ignored, then it should directly impact the consequences that follow. Because right now we are...
One of the things that I think
Crimes like these that are the reason police need help from the community. And so that's why the Shreveport Police Community Advisory Council has been created. I was at their first meeting today to show you what it's about and how it will impact the community.
If we do this all in good faith, then it can come to some real meaningful conclusions.
The Community Advisory Council is made up of local leaders and nonprofit members. Some were nominated by city council members. The goal to represent the citizens of Shreveport and help strengthen community and police relationships.
For them bringing ideas to me, helping me become educated and more in touch with our community and our community needs.
The group is a way to have open discussions about solutions to issues in the community.
Greater understanding goes a long ways.
Hopefully, I just hope that I can be a voice for the community and I can have the community's input be heard by law enforcement.
The Advisory Council is being run by the TJC Group, who's been organizing councils like this for more than 30 years. It's paid for by a grant. Right now, there are 17 members. They're hoping to grow that to at least 25.
So it is that opportunity to gather Shreveport, to come together for the betterment of all of our communities.
They're all hoping this can be a step towards a safer Shreveport.
I hurt for everybody, and each time a tragedy occurs, each time someone becomes victim of some kind of misfortune, I feel that I've let that person down, that I've let that community down.
The next meeting will be in July.
Or an email from this organization.
Youth athletic sponsorship supporting local.
See, if you got $50, I'm gonna have to come borrow something from you.
Never see. Robert Bruchon was gonna be on the show.
That's right.
What's really gangster is taking care of your family, your kids, go checking up on your mom, your grandma, having grandkids. Look at gangster.
I did state time, and in March 6, 1998, I was locked up in the feds while I got a life sentence, life for 20 years. I did 23 years and 10 months. Never thought I would see the streets again. I went to prison at 23 years old. I came home at 47. I asked God for two things. I said, please let me out while I'm still alive and healthy, and please let me out to see my mother while she's still alive, because I want to be able to take care of my mother. Because my mother was a single parent that raised 3 boys, and she never gave up on us. I said, I'll never go back to selling drugs again, because I made an honest living on YouTube. Trouble is easy to get into. It's free, but it's hard to get out of. Trouble is hard to get out of.